Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome back for another video for Arrow. This is season 4, episode 7, and it is entitled Brotherhood. And in this episode, you know, this episode, for me personally, throughout the entire episode, this wasn't my favorite episode that they've done. I actually thought it was I thought it was okay. At times, I thought it was kind of dull, um, and just wasn't very interesting at times. And then at other times, like the fight scene that they had at the end, I thought with Thea and all that, I thought was fantastic. And the whole Thea I thought was pretty good this episode. That fight scene was one of the best that they've done. I really enjoyed that. The whole fight scenes I thought were really strong. I thought that Laurel was actually not too bad in this episode. I didn't mind her. Um, so there was that. Um, and the whole, of course, Neil McDonough as Damien Dark is always great. It was great seeing Merlin back. I really like seeing John Barrowman. He's always great. So seeing Neil McDonough, John Barrowman on screen, not together, but in this episode, I thought was really cool. I like seeing both of them. They're always strong. Um, and you know, the whole thing that was going on. We finally get to see Diggle's brother. That's another plus. It was like, wow, after all this time, after season after season after season, we finally get to see Diggle's brother, and he's alive. And he finds out he's alive after all these years. And uh, and it was kind of a negative for me. I mean, I'll say the negative for that is that it's his brother, but he just like cast him away, like he just didn't care. It was just like after all this time, you thinking that he's dead, and you find that he's alive, and you're just going to abandon him, even though he's like being mind controlled. I mean, it's just like, what is up with that? I mean, and he keeps saying that he was a traitor and this and that. It's just like, well, he was under mind control. I mean, you do know that, right? I mean, that was kind of a negative to me. It's like, why would he abandon him like that? I mean, he did that to Oliver too. Like he was just ready to just quickly turn on Oliver, just like, how dare you do that? And um, you know, so that was kind of a negative to me. I mean, Deagle's usually a pretty strong character, but in this episode, I just thought he just came off kind of annoying. He was kind of annoying this episode, unfortunately. I mean, the whole turning on the brother and whining about that, and then trying to find information about his brother's past and in this criminal organization, and it's just like, okay, dude, calm down. I mean, so that was a negative. That was a negative for me. Um, the other real thing, real quick, is the whole campaign thing that's going on there. This whole like side thing that's going on. The whole campaign manager thing. Now, I've heard some things like, what's the agenda of this campaign manager? I mean, is he just a campaign manager, or has he been hired by an outside source to spy on Oliver or sabotage Oliver's campaign? Is he a mole for Damien Dark, or maybe Merlin? That would be interesting. Because it seems like he wants to get involved with Thea, or do something with the campaign. I mean, he didn't like Oliver's idea to to clean up the bay thing. I mean, so I mean, does he have a hidden agenda? Right now, we don't know. I mean, he seems just like a regular guy. Um, so that's going to be interesting. Right now, I don't know. I'm going to say it's possible. It's definitely possible that he has another agenda, that he's not who he says he is. Like he's a mole for Damien Dark. That's a possibility. Um, so the whole thing with Ray Palmer, Adam, I like the whole Ray Palmer character anyway, and I thought he was good. I thought he was okay this episode. I didn't think he was great. I mean, he did said some things like, "Oh, well, I don't want people to know that I'm alive." But you're like walking around the city, aren't you? I mean, how did you get? I don't know. It was just weird. I mean, how did he get to certain places without people noticing him? I don't know. That's like a negative too. There was like one scene where they shoot their arrows up into the sky, and then they fly off. It's just like, what was that? I mean, I mean, they've done that several episodes where they just fling their arrows up into the sky and then they fly off. It's just like that's kind of a negative there. Um, but yeah, guys. I mean, I thought this episode was kind of bland at times. Wasn't really excited about the whole flashbacks. This episode, the flashback just spun its tires. It went nowhere. I mean, other than that, the guy getting whipped. I mean, there was nothing. Well, we find out he gets the map. I think it's Constantine's map, so he gets that. But other than that, there was nothing else happening. So this week's flashback was kind of dull. Nothing going on at all there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I just don't know what else to say. I mean that whole flashback thing. All the flashbacks have been kind of interesting, especially the one with Constantine last week. I mean, they've been moving forward slowly with it. I'm intrigued by it, but this week it was just like a standstill, and it didn't go nowhere. And I'm still intrigued about what's going on with this island. I think it has something to do with Hawkman or something. Like maybe they're trying to get to that. Um, this island's got some type of magical power or some magic that's somewhere. I don't know. But I think it might have something to do with Hawkman. So I mean that'll be interesting to see where they go with that. But I'm hoping that they speed it along a little bit. I mean they didn't really spend much time, and the time that they did spend just didn't seem to matter. I mean it was just a filler part is all it was. Um, like I said, Thea I thought was strong this episode. Her and Merlin working, at the end, and her finding out that Damien Dark it takes away her bloodlust, and maybe they're going to use that as a weapon against Damien Dark. And then she asked Merlin for help against that, and he was just like smiling, like, "Yeah, uh, maybe I can beat Damien Dark, now, with Thea somehow." So that's going to be interesting how that works out. Um, but yeah, guys, I thought it was an okay episode, kind of mediocre at times throughout the episode. But overall, I thought it was okay. Not fantastic or great or anything, just okay. The flashback was dull and didn't go anywhere. But yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes. We're going to get some of these episodes that are like that. But hey, I mean, you guys might have enjoyed the episode. Please write in the comments below if you did or not. Um, and also, I think I'm interested to see what they do now with Andy, the brother, and how they're going to break that mind control, and maybe if they can figure out a formula to break that mind control, they can help the other people that are under mind control of Damien Dark, and use that as a weapon there against Damien Dark to take away his minions of people. So that should be interesting to go with that. Um, yeah, there wasn't that too much else going on, and I mean, I thought that Captain Lance was okay this episode. He didn't do very much at all, really. Just okay. But overall, I thought it was okay episode. Hopefully, in 2 weeks they're going to be back in 2 weeks. We got the holiday next week, so they're going to be off. So we get a break. Then they're going to come back with the Flash Arrow crossover, and I think that's going to be incredibly strong. So we go off on a little bit of a low note here with this episode, and in 2 weeks we're going to hit a giant high note and we're going to get things fully in motion. I think with the Legends of Tomorrow show, they're going to really push that in 2 weeks on the crossover, and I think it's probably going to be more of a Flash centric show and a lot of villains that are more Flash centric. So because I think they're bringing in Vandal Savage, which is going to be very interesting. I mean, bringing in that badass of a character, and he's going to be around for a while too, because we know he's the big bad for Legends of Tomorrow. So yeah, I can't wait for that in 2 weeks. Unfortunately, we've got to wait 2 weeks. Unfortunately, but yeah, guys, if there's anything I might have missed that you guys want to touch on, please write in the comments below. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Please like, please share. I would appreciate it. But that will do it for me for this week, guys. I will see you in 2 weeks for another video for Arrow. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.